So guys, we're here, gloomy morning, but we're not really blue or gloomy because we're green today. We've got a green car, Audi A5 Sportback. I'm sort of wearing a green shirt. These are my sort of green shades. And to be honest, this is the kind of car that you want to wear shades with. It's a really nice looking car from Audi, but why don't we see more of it on the road? Is it not good enough? Is it missing on a few things? Are we missing out on a great Audi? Or more great Audis on our roads? Let's take a drive, let's look around the car and figure out why. Since what, I don't know, the late 2000s, the Audi A5 has really helped pioneer and start this whole four-door coupe trend in the first place. The frameless windows and fastback roofline just works. Many have ended up copying this formula, sure, but Audi was there first. And they know what they're doing. Okay, so this green color is growing on me. It looks good, although it didn't to me at first. The new 19-inch wheels look great too, but they need some better tires, but more on that later. New design here, a little more squared off with straight lines, but with that imposing single frame grille up front, looks very much like an evolution of that first gen car. And this one comes standard fit with Audi's high-tech Matrix LED headlights too. Very fancy. I mean, what can I say? It does look pretty special. And not just because it's a rare sight on our roads, it's got some real shoulders, some real presence, but stops short of seeming aggressive and brash. It's understated, it's elegant, it's sharp, a little sporty, sure, like an athlete in great shape, but holding that physique under a finely cut suit. And in this case, it's a very green suit. And now we're at the back of the Sportback. It's really sexy, okay? I mean, that sloping roof line, this whole rear end thing is really nice. Real exhaust finishers, okay? None of that plastic hole that goes nowhere. This is actually real and refreshing. Okay, at the back over here, we have the boot. And it's huge. This is 480 liters. And this is how you do a Sportback, fastback. If you're gonna do like a sloping roof line, you better have the actual boot hinged on the roof. Otherwise, what advantage does it give you practicality-wise? This one, you open it up over the A4 and you get a whole hatch. You get a huge loading aperture over here. Excellent, excellent. This is how you do it. Why do I always have trouble with this? Okay. Hey guys, so I mentioned how Audi has kind of nailed the aesthetic of this car. They've been going on for a while with this sort of sharp, squared look. And the thing is, in here, it feels the same way. They've actually taken the aesthetic from the exterior and kind of laid it out on the interior. Audis are always really well built, and this is no different. This is built like a rock. Now, the materials won't really impress you that much. You have what looks like metal here. It's not. This is not metal either, it's plastic. This is soft touch plastic, some leather, of course, some nice stitching work going on over here. Quattro badge over there, piano black accents. It's a good mix of materials, but whatever they're doing, are they carving plastics out of rock? Because this is really, really solid. It's a nice place to be. So differences between the older model, the pre-facelift, is really just one major one. If you're used to Audi's MMI infotainment system having a control knob, it's no longer here. You rest your palm and you used to have like a little knob over here, you turn it around to navigate the infotainment over here. No more. Now it is completely touchscreen, so I hope you like poking stuff. Anyway, that's the real big difference. Besides that, the screen itself, 10.1 inches, nice, clear, sharp. Ahead of me is a 12.3-inch Audi virtual cockpit, fully digital, very impressive. And it's a nice place to be. I can't really say much more than that. So this car's a Quattro, right? And so you have a mechanical linkage between the front axle and the rear axle. So this tunnel over here actually serves as a tunnel, something mechanical between here and there. And I guess for that reason, you have a very shallow cubby space. Look, it just about fits my iPhone in there. So what don't you get? Now this car is sort of defined by its spec sheet, because for 370,000 ringgit, it should come fully loaded. The thing is, it doesn't. In this kind of Audi, I want to see things like a Bang & Olufsen stereo. I don't get that. I mean, the stereo is not bad, but I just don't get that kind of theater that makes me go, wow. What else I don't get in this car? I wish, why do manufacturers always insist on having black interiors, black on black on black? Why can't this car, you have silver accents over here, why can't this also be kind of gray? You know, like it'll elevate this car's interior so much more by just having more than one tone of seats and leather and materials, not just on the dash. Why? And also, plastic pedals for 370k. I don't get at least a metallic finish on the pedal finishers. Why? I can just go on like AliExpress and order a metallic finish sticker thing that pastes on there and gives me some illusion that this is a luxury car. And the thing is, at night when I'm driving, there's an LED light showing my footwell, and I'm always reminded through the steering wheel that I have plastic pedals. All right, so we're doing the obligatory backseat review thing. Now this is a Sportback, so it's trying to be a coupe. That means a lower roof line, but with me in the seat, of course you got more headroom than your usual 6-foot guy. The seats are comfortable over here, and this is really meant to be a 4-door coupe. You can tell by the tunnel, it sticks out very, very prominently over here. You can't really sit in the middle. I'm not even going to try. You do get triple zone climate control, so you get independent temperature controls for the back seats. The seats themselves ahead of me, I get a lot of knee room. Not a lot, well, not a lot. I get okay amounts of knee room, even with my sitting position. The seat backs are actually curved this way, so you get a little bit more than if it was just a flat surface. Besides that, you get actually good visibility over here. The windows are big, and I hope they come all the way down. No. They come down halfway? I mean, really? At least come down this much. Wow, I can't stick my head out. The price of sexiness is a half window in the back. Okay, so it may not have the most practical interior, but it feels expensive, high quality, German, very Audi. But is it typical Audi from behind the wheel? The first thing you should do though, when buying this car, swap out the tires. This thing deserves more refinement through the rubber on all 4 corners. Okay, it comes with Bridgestone Potenza S001s. This car deserves like a Michelin PS4 or 4S, a Continental Sport Contact 6, something like that. It just feels like a run flat, to be honest. It feels overly firm and quite noisy. I don't know if you can hear that through the camera, through the mic, but it is pretty noisy. That's just road noise coming in when there shouldn't be. You read the spec sheet and you might think it's a little bit underwhelming, and to be honest it is. But let's stick to the positive things about this car. As an all-around package to drive every day, I can't think of a more, in this category of car, I can't really think of a more special thing to drive, because how many Audis out there are actually brand new? They don't really sell that many because everything is CBU, isn't it? So you do feel a bit more special when you drive one. That's just how it is. And just something about the way this thing looks, the way this thing feels, the way this thing makes you feel inside the car as you're driving it. It's just something special. It has an X factor to it. Is that something that will make you justify 378,000 ringgit for this spec? This top spec 2.0 TFSI Quattro A5 Sportback? I don't know. But it does drive well. It does. Okay? This is not... Audis don't have that feel going for it. It's not a driver's car, but it's sporty enough. Its direct steering is very quick. and you feel confident in it because of the Quattro system. It just doesn't give up with grip. It always finds it. Even acceleration. This car has a EA888 engine, okay? And that's always found in the Golf GTIs, Golf Rs, all the fast VW group cars. 2.0 turbo engine, that's the engine. This car has that 250 PS, 370 Newton meters of torque. Now, that's pretty fast. And the thing is, in this car, it'll get to 100 from standstill in 6 seconds dead. That's pretty quick. Not the quickest in the world, of course, but this is pretty quick, like hot hatch kind of quick. But there's no drama to it. You put your foot down and you're there. It drives well, comfortable, refined, great engine powertrain. The gearbox is super. I mean, I thought it was a traditional torque converted, and then I remembered, no, it's a 7-speed DSG, or it's an S-tronic, which is double clutch. VW Group double clutches are the best in the business, and this is, I haven't driven one. I guess I can't remember one that's made such an impression on me, because at low speeds, like right now, it's so smooth and undiscernible and really impressive with the way it shifts. It's almost imperceptible. It doesn't jerk at all. At high speeds, no contest. The shifts are lightning. I can't even snap my fingers as fast. To be honest, I didn't want to dive too deeply into the spec sheet because obviously there is some really glaring things this Audi A5 Sportback is missing. Things you'd expect a car at this price, at this prestige level, just to have by default. But no. There is no AEB, there is no 360 camera system, there's no blind spot monitoring either, although it does have lane keep assist. These things, a lot of these features are in Protons, Pro Duas, and in 2021, it is just not acceptable for an Audi to be missing these things. Also, quite glaringly, from the pre-facelift, the dynamic dampers were removed, so only passive dampers in this car. Which is kind of strange because when you go select the drive mode options, you select comfort and efficiency and dynamic and sport, whatever, nothing really feels different about the car. Nothing really. So what this all leads up to is this feeling, this sinking feeling that Audi is really being shy about the CBU pricing with this car. And so it misses out on those key features, those really standard features that make the Audi special. And even basic safety features that in 2021 are essential just to play it safe on price. I think that's the wrong move. This car deserves, let me say that again, deserves so much more, okay? This car is a car that you would want to lust after, that you would want to, that you desire, and you would treat yourself to. I want to treat myself to a sexy Audi A5 Sportback. When you buy it, it's compromised. It's lacking things. That's not cool, man. It's just not, it's not great. What they should have done is double down. People who want to buy this car, I get it. You want to buy an Audi A5 Sportback, you must really like Audi. I get that. And you must really want an A5 Sportback. I get that too. I get it. But you wouldn't want to buy this car if it's compromised, spec-wise, wouldn't you? There are people who really like this A5 Sportback and would happily pay for the full experience. Where's my Bang & Olufsen stereo? Where's my metal pedals? Where's my adaptive dampers? Where's my toys? If you're gonna make them pay extra anyway, give them the full experience, or at least give them the option of getting the full experience, because this car, fully spec'd, is really impressive. Sure, it costs more, of course, but it's still very impressive. I want to be impressed. People who buy this car are not going to be looking to save money at this level. You're buying a premium car, you expect to pay a premium price, and it's worthy. This car is worthy of that price, whatever that may be, with all the toys. The awkward, ironic moment when you realize that, you know what, the biggest competitor to this thing, the biggest threat, the biggest thing that could make me jealous is actually also from the VW group. It's the Arteon, the Volkswagen Arteon R-Line. Because it's also a coupe four-door thing, right? But it's based on the Passat, so it's a bit bigger than the A4, which is this is based on, right? It's a bit bigger. It's got the same engine, okay, the A888. It's tuned down to 190 PS. Doesn't have Quattro, doesn't have all-wheel drive. It looks newer, fresher, maybe even more, just better, more desirable than the A5, the Arteon, I mean. And it's priced at 221,000 ringgit, so that's about 160,000 ringgit cheaper than this. And then, to make matters worse, on the Arteon, you get dynamic chassis control. You get adaptive dampers, you get a 360-degree camera system. Oh man, does it drive as well? Does the Arteon drive as well as this? I'm gonna say maybe not. It doesn't have Quattro, so it doesn't have that all-weather wet and dry ability and just unshakable grip this car has. But in normal driving, would you care? It's still quick, it still grips, it's still a very competent chassis to drive, so you wouldn't care. And you're saving 160,000 ringgit. And you know, how many Arteons do you see anyway on the street? So you would feel just as privileged and special, and whatever you want to call it, in that car. So really, this car is in no man's land. Okay, A5 Sportback. The color has grown on me. I've even bought a special green shirt to match it. Look, I like the car, but I'm sad to say I can't recommend it because for the price, 378,000 ringgit for this top spec Quattro. For that money, you could get a lot more car, like the Arteon, which is kind of awkward because the Arteon is a little bit bigger, coupe shape as well, about the same kind of power, and also subjectively, it looks kind of better than this car. But I like it. It's tearing me apart because what Audi should have done is commit to this car. If they couldn't do, go all out. I'm sure there's people out there who really want an A5 and they would pay more money to get a fully equipped version. Right now, this car is a little bit, it's a little bit compromised. Would you want a compromised car, or would you want to pay extra for something that is worthy to be an A5 Sportback? It's a shame.